Hey guys, welcome to today's class. Today we are going to look at a WAEC pass question, and the question was for last year's WAEC, that is 2024, and it's an essay question, that is a theory question. So it says that the time T taken to buy fuel at a filling station varies directly as the number of vehicles B in a queue, and varies inversely as the number of pumps available at the station. In a station with 5 pumps, it takes 10 minutes to fuel 20 vehicles. Find the A. relation between T, P, and V. B. time taken to fuel 50 vehicles at the station with 2 pumps. C. number of pumps required to fuel 40 vehicles in 20 minutes. So the first thing we need to do is to write down our solution. So we need to answer the question one after the other. So the first thing we need to do here is to recognize that we are having two proportionalities. All right, we're having direct proportion and inverse proportion. You can see it says that T varies directly as V, okay, and inversely as P. So what they are saying here is that our T varies directly as V and inversely as P. Okay, so the next thing for us to do here is to introduce the constant of proportionality by removing this variation sign here. So this will imply that T is equal to KB all over P. Okay, so when you remove the proportionality sign, you introduce the constant of proportionality, and this will give us our main formula. So this is the formula that we will be working with from now henceforth. So let's start this. So the next thing is for us to make the constant of proportionality the subject of formula. So therefore you can see that our constant of proportionality, which is K, is equal to T multiplied by P all over V. Alright, I believe you know how to make subject of formula. So that is just what I did here to make the constant of proportionality the subject of formula. So the next thing we want to do here is to find our constant of proportionality from the initial question. It says that in a station with 5 pumps, it takes 10 minutes to fuel 20 vehicles. So that means that when we have 5 pumps in that station, it takes 10 minutes, which is the T, to fuel 20 vehicles. So here we are given that our P is equals to 5, okay, and our T is equals to 10. and also our V is equals to 20. Okay, so we can just impute this into our formula in order for us to find the constant of proportionality. So we can see here that our K is equal to 10 times 5, which is our P, all over the V, which is 20. So we can make this over 1, and then you observe that the numerator here can go 1 time and it can go in the denominator here 2 times. So consequently, it means that our K is equal to 5 all over 2. So that is our K. Alright, so we can substitute this into our formula. Alright, so you can now say, because question A says that we should find what? We should find the relationship between T, P, and V. So by so doing, we can use this to answer our question A, which is to find the relationship between T, P, and V. So the relationship between T, P, and V will be T. Alright, we are substituting it now into our original formula, which is this one here that we established earlier. So we are substituting the values into our original formula. So the relationship will be T equals to K, which is now, our K is 5 all over 2. Then our V, okay, divided by our P here. So this implies that our T, we can bring this 2 down here so that you can multiply with the P. So this implies that our T is equals to 5V all over 2P. Okay, so that is our relationship between T, P, and V. So this answers question A. Now let's go to question B. Question B says that we should find the time taken to fuel 50 vehicles at the station with 2 pumps. So time taken to fuel 50 vehicles with 2 pumps. That is our question B. So here we are given that V is equals to 40. Sorry, excuse me. Our V is equals to 50. And our P is equals to 2. And of course the T is unknown here. So the T is unknown. The next thing we are going to do is to substitute these parameters to our relationship formula, alright, which is this formula here. Substitute these parameters to our relationship formula. So when you substitute the parameter to our relationship formula, you'll be having that T is equals to 5 multiplied by our V, which is 50. Alright, let's put this in bracket. All over 2 multiplied by our P, which is also 2 here. So the next thing for us to do is to simplify. Of course, we know that 2 can go into here 1 and 2 can go in 50 25 times. So this is the same thing as you seeing 5 times 25. So when you multiply 5 times 25, you're having 125 all over 2. So that is your time. You can write this in minutes. Alright, so this is a minute. Now you can simplify further by saying that 125 divided by 2, that will give us 62.5 minutes. Alright, so that will give us 62.5 minutes. Now quickly let's go, and that is our solution for question B. Question B, that is our solution. So quickly let's go to question C, and you observe that the number of pumps required to fill 40 vehicles in 20 minutes. That is our question. The number of pumps that is required to fill 40 vehicles in 20 minutes. So let's quickly do that and let's see what we have. The number of pumps that is required to fill 40 vehicles in 20 minutes. So that means we're looking for our P here. So we are given that our V is equals to 40, okay, and our T is equals to 20. So we are asked to find our P, alright, which is unknown here. So we are looking for P here. So by also substituting it into the relationship formula, which is T equals to pi V all over 2P. Okay, we substitute that. What you'll be having here is that you'll be having our T to be equals to 20. So you just put 20 here. 20 equals to 5 multiplied by our V, which is 40. Okay, and then all over 2 multiplied by your P, which is unknown. Okay, so we can simplify further by saying 2 can go into 1 and 2 can go in 40 20 times. So let's make P our subject of formula. So when you make P the subject of formula, you'll just be having P is equals to 5 times 20, which is 100. That is equals to 100. Alright, so it's equals to 100. Of course, you know 5 times 20 is 100. So divided by 20, which is this 20 here, and that will be equals to 5. So of course you're having P equals to 5. So that ends our solutions to this WAEC question. So in our next class we'll be looking at more questions. So please like, share and subscribe to this channel to get more questions like this. Thank you.